All right, let's waste no time. The Lions fired John Morton after one season. I seen Woolworth Sports kind of break the news. I seen it first on Instagram. Lions fire offensive coordinator after John Morton after one season. It says Lions have fired offensive coordinator John Morton after one season. The team announced Tuesday Morton, 56 years old, was brought to replace Ben Johnson, who was hired as the head coach of the Chicago Bears after the Lions' record-setting 15-win season in 2024. Detroit finished 9-8 this season and failed to reach the playoffs for the first time since 2022. Head coach Dan Campbell took over the offensive play calling duties from Morton in Week 10, coming off a 27-24 upset loss to the Minnesota Vikings November 2nd. Campbell said that he hasn't decided whether he remained the play caller moving forward. I mean, quote, I'm open to anything. I don't know exactly where I am at with that yet. I mean, I guess one of the good things, if I did go do that, you don't have to worry about somebody else leaving, Campbell said Monday. You don't have to worry about your play caller leaving. So that will be one of the perks. So basically, he's pretty much considering staying the offensive play caller. And obviously that's a lot on the plate. And obviously, the more he do it, the better he should get at it. But also, in my humble opinion about it, you got to worry about management. And then the biggest tweak is his commitment to the run. He has to be committed to the run. And he didn't, and in my opinion, he didn't do a good enough job committing to the run and integrating David Montgomery. And then there's rumors that I read a post that he hinting that he might be gone. So he said, but listen, I'm going to think through it all. I think I really want to do what I feel is best for the team, and that included, he said, if I believe that's what's best for us and I feel good about it, then I will. If I feel like you, then I won't do it. I won't do it. So the thing about it is this: when you choose to call plays as a play caller, you got to worry about time management. You can't forget about the defense. You can't forget about the special teams. And at the end of the day, I just feel like it's a lot to ask. He did a good job of it, but also you don't want to bring somebody else in and it don't go right, and then you snatch the play calling from them, and when you should have just did it to begin with. In my personal opinion, I feel like he should go out there and get somebody who's a proven play caller. But a lot of these dudes, they like to stay in familiar territory, and that's the problem. They like to stay within they nepotism branch. They like to stay within the coaching tree, guys that they familiar with, or they get recommended from guys that's within that circle, whether the Sean Payton, Bill Parcells tree in this example. In my humble opinion, I believe that he needs to go out there and get a proven play caller. I think the prerequisite is somebody that believes in a very, 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 very strong run game. That's my thing. I think he needs to find somebody that's a run game who's going to stick to the run, and then after that, then you find somebody else that's pretty much creative outside of that with the passing game. They need somebody that's going to commit to the run. They need somebody that's going to run the ball, and that's it. All that QC shit when John Morton came in and bringing David Shaw in, or the passing game coordinator, we keeping the same running game. No, they need to get back to a physical run game. Down, get a fullback. You know what I'm saying? Stop being cutesy. Everything else, we know y'all can pass the ball. We know y'all can throw the ball. The problem was y'all didn't stick to the run game, and that needs to be an emphasis. Y'all better when y'all running over teams. Goff is better when he not dropping back 30, 40 times a game. And that's just the God honest truth. That's the truth. So at the end of the day, I don't feel like he did a good enough job, sticking to the run game. I mean, this dude continued towards the second half of the year. How many times did he try to hand the ball off to Jahmyr Gibbs on 4th and short? How many times did we see him continually to get the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs on 4th and short? We've seen it so many times where he continues to hand that ball to Jahmyr Gibbs and they get stopped. And they get stopped. I think we pretty much all seen enough of that shit. So I'm not a promoter of him. I'm not a promoter of him. I'm not a promoter of him calling the plays. Even though I think he'd get better, no, they need somebody that's gonna come in who gonna run the football. That's my opinion. They need somebody that's gonna come in, and they know how to and stick to the run game. That's it. That's it. And if they can get that down pat, then that's the ticket. That's the ticket. So, but other than that, man, for John Morton, the writing's on the wall. He was talking about taking a reduced role and all that. It was a wrap for him. You got to move his family, out of there. And it did work. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing for him that in New York Jets when he was the offensive coordinator. He wouldn't commit to the run. He wanted to throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. What did Ben Johnson have success doing in Chicago? They committed to the run. And even when Dan Campbell took over, they didn't commit to the run. I didn't like the way they committed to the run. So hopefully they figure that out, but they need to commit to the run. That's why they struggled to put drive together. That's why they struggled in the red zone. Run the ball. And Dan didn't do a good job of that. Honestly. So, it is what it is, or it is what it ain't. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Find me on Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, the whole nine. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Appreciate the love, support. And let me know what you think about John Morton, being let go. We knew this was inevitable. It's hard to demote a guy and keep him in the organization. Hey, let me know what you think.